Now you probably recognise this place behind me. It's the Newcastle Utilita Arena. You've probably been here to see a concert of some sort. Eastlife, West 17, Showaddywaddy. Now back in October when Newcastle United were bought out by the Saudi Arabian led consortium, the PIF, the speculation amongst Newcastle fans has been at fever pitch, especially in light of 30,000 fans on a season ticket waiting list, as to what they're going to do to try and fit anybody in. Can they expand the stadium, or are they going to look elsewhere and build a new stadium? Now, one of the most popular opinions about where a new stadium could be is here, because the Utilita Arena is being decommissioned at the back end of next year, because they're currently developing a new arena on the Gateshead Quays. So the land here is going to be vacant, and the land in front of the arena down by the river, which is the old Calder Lead Works. Now at first glance, this land, this brown site land, seems like the obvious choice. It's just west of the city centre. The land's big enough at about 25-26 acres. It's near to local transport links. It just seems obvious this is where they could build a new stadium. However, in this video, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I don't think, if they have to build a new stadium, it'll be at this particular site. It's coming up. Welcome back, and if you're new here, my name's Eddie. My channel's called Tyneside Life. I cover football, but also history and culture of Newcastle and the general Tyneside area. So if you want to be notified every time I release a new video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now, before I get into the crux of this video and start talking about this land, I have an announcement to make. Now, 11 months ago when I started this channel, Tyneside Life, never in my wildest imaginations did I think I'd have over 18,000 subscribers, some of my videos getting tens of thousands of views and receiving hundreds of messages for every video. It's just really incredible, and I really appreciate the support, and I answer every single message. Now, as time has gone on as well, my videos have become a little bit more complex. Sometimes they take 2 and 3 days to prepare. But apart from occasionally somebody helps me hold a tripod, in essence I do this all on my own. All the planning, the preparation, the script, the research, going out there and filming, and all the editing and uploading to YouTube. I've got nobody else to help me do that. I'm finding that responding to every single message is really taking up a lot of my day. I just can't do it anymore. So I've set up a facility on YouTube. It's called a membership scheme for those who are loyal, who perhaps send me messages quite regularly. You have an option now to just go on the YouTube website, the main one, usually through a computer or a laptop, and you'll see a join button. If you click that join button, it'll take you to another little page where you can pay £2.99, the price of a coffee, and that would ensure you receive a little icon, a little badge to say that you're kind of an exclusive member. I'll be able to see you on the comments feed, and I'll be responding to those messages, because I just can't respond to every message anymore. I still will continue to read them, but if you become a member, you're guaranteed to receive a reply. But also as well, you know, especially the regulars who put a long message on, and I have to, you know, for time, I just have to say, you know, great message, thank you very much, I appreciate it, cheers bud. I want to be able to give a little bit more of a response, and this will just help me focus on the viewers who have become members and who regularly post. So if you'd like to become a member, hit that join button, £2.99 a month. But also as well, that money helps support my channel in other ways whilst I'm out and about. The money it costs to pay for various software programs, but also when I'm out and about, it costs me a lot of money, for example, when I'm reviewing Sunday dinners. So if you do, thank you very much. So back to the football stadium. Now I just want to stress from the outset that this isn't a video about why we should move stadiums. This is a video about if the Newcastle owners at some point in the future feel that we have to move stadiums, why I don't think it's going to be here. Now, if St James's Park, from the extremities of its perimeter, I've measured it on Google, give or take, it's about 11 acres, so that gives you an idea. of the size that we'll probably need. I've measured the land here. Don't get too hung up on the exact specifics of it. It depends where you measure it from, but it's about 26 acres. The point is, this land here is actually big enough. And like I said, the arena is due to be demolished probably the back end of next year when the new one's completed. So this is going to leave this land completely empty, and it seems ideal. So without any further ado, let's get into my 5 reasons why I'm pretty sure a new stadium is not going to be here. Number 1. Back in March this year, Mehrdad Ghodoussi and Amanda Staveley were interviewed by The Athletic, and he said this: St James's Park is unique, special, the cathedral of the city, sitting on its hill. We will definitely look at expanding it, working with the city and the council to see what we can do. There are a lot of things that need to happen first, but that's the way forward. If we can get it to 60 or 65,000, amazing, and we will look at every possibility. But are we going to build a new stadium? No, it would be like tearing your soul out. So there you have it in black and white. It's on public record. Mehrdad Ghodoussi, speaking on behalf of the Saudi Arabian-led consortium ownership of Newcastle United, has stated we will not be building a new stadium. So is there any point in me talking about the other 4 reasons? Really? What's the point? I mean, you could just end it here. He said no, we're not going to build a new stadium. So what he could mean is that it may get to a point in the future where they have exhausted all the possibilities, Newcastle City Council aren't playing ball, and they're forced to have to move. Got you. Alright, okay. So yeah, we'll go through the other 4 reasons. Number 2, in that statement he said there are other things that need to happen first. So what exactly did he mean by that? Well, clearly one of the major priorities for the club now is to find world-class training facilities. I know they're sprucing up the current facilities, but they are actively looking for somewhere else to develop a new site somewhere else. I know they're talking about the Parklands up by the racecourse. That's going to take time. The whole process to find somewhere, buy the land or develop it, put the plans in, all of it can take 3 years. It could be 4 years before a new training facility is built. But also they're in the general process of building the club in lots of other ways, with the academy, with the women's team, about the first team, getting the right players at the club and getting up the league, because that's going to take time as well. And I can't imagine for a second they're going to be looking at new stadium locations when we're still a team just with potential at the moment. For example, we're not going to fill an 80,000 seater stadium if we're languishing in the bottom half of the table. So that's what he means by there are other things that need to happen first. In my opinion, that probably means that we need to be in and around or competing in the Champions League, and that could take 4-5 years time. Now there's no guarantees of that either. That might never happen. You look at Man United and Everton, who have spent 500-600 million over recent years. If it was as simple as spending money on big players, then Man United and Everton should be competing in the Champions League, and they're not. So that's why the owners are being patient. They're building things slowly, getting the right foundations in place. Though all that is going to happen, needs to happen first before they even think about an expansion or moving stadiums. Number 3, Mehrdad Ghodoussi has alluded to exploring every possibility to expand the stadium, in his words, to 60 to 65,000. Now it might be more than that. And I produced a video just a couple of days ago exploring those possible ideas. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave a link in the description box below. After waiting this period of time before other things have been put in place, then they're going to look at expanding the ground. All that is going to take a year or 2 as well to explore. Now we're looking probably 5 or 6 years down the line, and it's going to take that long once they start looking at possible expansion ideas, on the proviso that we're up there competing in the Champions League, because there are significant difficulties with the development of behind the Gallowgate. That's probably going ahead, which I mentioned in my previous video about the complications of the conservation area. Leazes Terrace being a grade 1 listed building. Can we encroach onto Leazes Park, possibly rebuilding the stadium? That's going to take a hell of a lot of time. So all that needs to be explored first. So my 4th reason now, let's specifically have a look at this land. Like I've said, the arena is going to be knocked down next year, but the old Calder Lead Works over here, that's currently Brown site, empty land at the moment. talk a little bit about that land. That was first opened in 1778 during the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, and it was paint factories dealing in lead works. That was made vacant in 2002. Now since then, I think it was Bellway Homes in 2009 put an application in to put some homes on there. That kind of fell through, but most recently the North Yorkshire firm Ryder have put a planning application in to build about 1,200 homes and a hotel on the Leadworks site. Now this is a £250 million project that will generate about 1,000 jobs. Now of course I'm aware that it's not unusual for developers to buy a plot of land, put an application into the local council, wait until the value of the land goes up and then sell it on, and that might happen again here. Now the council have said that the Calder site is seen as a key area of development for the council, and Newcastle, like every other town and city, needs more houses, and this is prime land for housing development. So will this land be available in 4, 5, even 6 years time to start considering building a new stadium? I don't think so. And number 5, there's a lot of talk about the owners buying this land to develop a new stadium on it. And of course that's entirely possible, but they'll have to do it now. They'd have to do it in the next 12 months, and that's going to go against everything that the owners have said about the promise they've made not to build a new stadium, because as soon as they make inquiries about building a new stand on a plot of land like here, the cat is out the bag. It becomes public knowledge, and that's going to be a renege on the promise they've made to the fans. That's going to alienate a massive section, the majority of the Newcastle fan base. You wouldn't be able to keep that a secret. So for that reason, they're not going to be making any inquiries about land. And when you add all of those 5 reasons in together, this particular land is going to be gone. Certainly I think in the next 12 months when development will probably start, but even if it doesn't, within the 4 or 5, probably about 6 years time, it will be getting developed. So there you have it, my 5 reasons as to why I don't think there'll be any new stadium on this particular land. Now what I'm not saying is that there was no way, and it will absolutely not, if I had to build a new stadium, be here. Anything could happen, but I'm absolutely confident in my mind that negligibly that there's probably no chance of that happening. And also as well, I'm reasonably confident that they will be able to find ways to expand St James's Park, but there is 10% of us that does think that, having explored all the possibilities, and if they hit a brick wall with Newcastle City Council, they might have to look somewhere else in other areas. And I've looked everywhere and I can't find anywhere. But if you have an idea of where a new stadium, if it had to be built, where it could be built, let me know in the comments down below and I'll check it out and I might do a video about it. In the meantime, why don't you check out this video, and until next time, catch you later.